Hello and welcome to the first round of the second Man on Fire Films Toribash tournament. I'm your host Jack Morris, and kicking us off tonight are more than a hurricane, more than a twister, it's Vortex. And better watch out or he'll give you an A1 day. It's A1v3. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, here we are, the first round. I don't know about you, but I am very, very excited. I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. And first round is 8VortexX8, which is a third dan black belt, versus A1v3, which is a brown belt. Now, you may think this is a bit one-sided, but we've seen crazier things happen. We've seen black belts get beaten by white belts, I'm sure, at some point. So I can't wait to see how we start this tournament off. Hopefully it won't just be a complete walkover. I'm kind of hoping for that. And I would like to see some more mods. We're opening with Aikido for this wave 1, which the first mod will be Aikido. Okay, so we see Vortex here go for a kind of backwards hug. That's an interesting tactic. We didn't see a lot of that last tournament, which I'm going to do my best not to reference. I am going to try my best not to reference the previous tournament in this one. And we got A1 going for a sort of, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a noob clap, because he seems to have done something specific with his legs there, but it's interesting to see that come up in this tournament. We got Vortex here going for a kick. Does seem like A1's at a slight disadvantage here now. Both his hands have been, well, I guess they haven't been grabbed, actually. I thought they had, but it doesn't actually look like they've been grabbed there. Vortex, however, does have the option of grabbing A1's hands to make sure that he doesn't escape, but he might not want to do that, as I'm sure his kick's going to send A1v3 here flying backwards. For those of you who are a little bit confused with the Atmos, that red square basically lines up perfectly where the Aikido dojo ends, so that's where the end of the Aikido ring is. Could not think of the word ring then. Wow, that was really bad. That was a complete blank on the word ring there. Vortex here with a very sizable advantage now. It does look like he is going to take round 1 in Aikido, unless A1 can manage to pull this back around. Although I imagine Vortex is now going to grab to make sure that A1 can't get his hand out to catch himself, and I think this might be the end of round 1 here. We'll take a quick look at this. Unless Vortex doesn't grab, in which case A1 might be able to save himself with his arm, but I highly doubt that. I imagine Vortex is going to grab straight away here. We'll soon see. He did grab, and A1 hits the ground. So the first round goes to 8VortexX8. Now we will quickly swap mods and check out the second round. Okay, so here we are in the second round, playing Twin Swords 4 Fixed, which is a twin sword mod. Can't wait to see how this one plays out. Let's venter our opponents and see how this goes. Now, I haven't played a lot of Twin Swords myself, but I do understand it's a quick round. I mean, I imagine it's going to be one kind of dismember and then the arm's going to touch the ground. So it's going to be really interesting to see if A1 can pull this back around for a 1-all, go to the final third round. Which I'm kind of looking forward to the third mod, actually, in wave 1. The third mod's kind of fun. You can see the mod list on the thread, the forums are on the Toribash forums. Okay, let's see how these guys are going to open this with this mod. Wow, that's an interesting opener by A1v3 there. Really not sure how he plans to pull that back around. I mean, I'm pretty sure dismemberment is on in this mod. I mean, we are about to find out, but that's an interesting opener to have for this mod. Now, my tactical knowledge of this mod isn't great, so maybe this is a totally legitimate strategy. I don't really know, but I'm sure we're about to find out. It manages to catch Vortex's kind of spin slash there. I do believe if A1 isn't careful here, Vortex is going to cut off his foot, which is going to be kind of deadly. As long as Vortex keeps, as long as A1 keeps his leg off the ground here, he might actually be able to stay in for a little bit longer, but he definitely needs to flip himself back around or he's gonna go out very early on into this round, to say the least. Okay, so he does have a little bit more balance there, and does appear to have taken care of Vortex's sword. I mean, Vortex does not have the advantageous slash that he once had earlier on in the round, and it does look like he could spin over if A1 does stay balanced. Now that could be a very interesting development here. Let's see if either one of these players does something here. Dum-de-dum, wait for the bloody service to catch up. Okay, I guess this disqualifications isn't on in this mod. I was under the impression they were. Maybe your legs can touch the ground. That's interesting. That does add a whole new layer to this. I was kind of expecting dismemberment to be on, but now I guess it's down to who cuts first and what body part flies out of the arena. I would like to point out that Vortex does have 25 points here for that little tippity tap on the foot, and A1 has 0. Let's see how they follow this up. Okay, Vortex has lost an arm there. That's definitely an unexpected development, although it does look like A1 has been bifurcated by, I guess, what would have been Vortex's sword there. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but it does look like A1's taking a lot of damage. Now, I was under the impression disqualifications were on for this, and I'm wondering how it's going to play out without disqualifications, but I'm sure we'll see. A1 in a bad state right now, not looking great. Maybe it's heads. Maybe heads disqualify. I'm sure we'll find out, and I'm sure all of you people are screaming at the screen right now. A1 is not looking in a good way here. It's going to be a miracle for him to win this round. I guess it's not heads either. Maybe it does go down to points in this particular Twin Swords, or it's possible that it may have bugged out. I really didn't see what was happening there, but Vortex has appeared to lose his head. I imagine in a game with more frames that could be very problematic, as his head doesn't look like it's going to roll out. But I think the frames are going to run out first, which means Vortex does appear like he's going to win this. This is a really interesting mod in that one mistake and you're out. You lose one part of your body, and that could be disastrous, as it could go out of the arena. As I said, the red ring here being equivalent to the ring. I really don't know how Vortex managed to lose his head there. I'm sure we'll check this out in the replay. Now, this body part could be the end. I mean, I don't think it's going to take 50 frames to touch the ground, so I think this round's going to go to Vortex, and what? No, it doesn't! No, it does not! 1-all to both players. Wow, that's a really shocking turn of events. I did not see that coming. A1 wins the second round, and we're going to go into our third mod, which is kind of ridiculous, actually. All right, let's check out our third mod. Okay, so here we are in the penultimate bout of the first round of the second tournament. Now, this mod was the wildcard mod selected right at the end of the announcements, and it's 360 gold people, because obviously it's going to be 360 gold people for wave 1, because it's a silly mod, and the wildcard mods will get a lot more serious and a lot more skill dependent as the tournament progresses, but for wave 1, we're going to have 360 gold people, because I really think it opens it up. Now, this is interesting because it's 1-all, and this round could literally go either way, since 360 mods are a little bit unpredictable. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see how this one develops. And let's see what the opener here is. Okay, so, I mean, obviously both players are spinning. It would be bizarre if both players weren't spinning here. And, I really don't know how this could play out. This could really go in either player's favor, because 360 is really, really unpredictable. And it appears as though Vortex is in a very lucrative position there, having grabbed A1's hand and leg. That could, well, I mean, in Aikido that would mean a lot. Wait, has his hand come off? According to the ghosts, it looks like Vortex's hand has come off, or it could be his A1's foot. It's really hard to tell. I think we are about to find out. That is 2 hands. That is 2 hands lost by Vortex there. This could spell disaster for the third Dan black belt. Let's take a look at what's flying off there. That looks like A1's leg. Now, it is flying at quite a high velocity, so I don't think that's going to be a problem for him. At least not right now. I mean, that's not going to tap him out. Now, I'm having trouble remembering whether there is disqualification on this mod, but I do think we're about to find out if there is, because Vortex is not looking great there as soon as the server speed catches up. Wait, is there a ping? Because that could be a very awkward end to this round if somebody's pinged out. Let's see what's developing here. Now, sometimes the Toribash servers can take a little while to update. We saw that in the last tournament, but hopefully somebody hasn't pinged out. Because that could be a sad, sad end to this first round. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, it does appear as though somebody has pinged out. Normally the servers would have caught up by now, although it could just be a very, very, very laggy moment. Which is a shame, because it does look like Vortex was about to... Okay, no, servers have caught up, and A1 wins! A1 is the winner of the first round. The first round of the second Manifest Toribash tournament. That kind of blew my mind a little bit there. I really didn't see that coming after Vortex's amazing performance in the first round, but that's kind of the point of the wildcard mod, is to keep it interesting. Vortex fought very well, but A1 will advance into the second wave to verse whoever wins the next round, actually. So yes, please check back soon for another round of the tournament. And hopefully it won't be so confusing for me to do. This has been a rather confusing round with all the lag and stuff. But still, A1 is the winner. Congratulations to him. My condolences to Vortex. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have. Check back soon for another round, guys, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye, guys.